Here you go. Good?
That's a big fish.
Full hand on tail. Yeah, looks sick. Good go.
Look how broad that thing is.
I wonder if that was one that followed me in.
Beautiful.
Oh my.
That's a big
That's a
fish.
big fish, dude.
Limp.
That's what I've been fucking waiting for all day.
That's over 6.
Felt that bite.
Damn, I think low and slow is the way to go, eh, baby?
First big of the year on.
The thing I'm about to tie on.
Get him, get him.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Calm down. Come here, come here, come here, come here, come here, come here.
Yeah, dude!
Dude.
Pounds, 11 ounces.
Oh my god, please get the net. Please, 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 please get the net.
I got you, buddy. Oh my god.
I got you. That was the weirdest bite ever. Oop. That was a good one? Yep.
Sure, feels like it.
Sure is.
I can't turn her head, bud. Holy shit. What the? Is that another 6?
Could be.
The second giant of the day, proving that point. Oh my god! Oh my god!
Yes!
Big baits, big fish. There we go, 5 pounds, 6 ounces. Beauty! Let's go. Got him. Get in here, you. There's another 6. You! That's a big fish.
6'10". Woohoo! Little fatty.
Oh my god.
If I can land this fish.
Holy shit! 5.06. Sick. Oh my god! Oh my god! Holy shit! God. What a beast. Dude, that's it, that's it. I'm 4 pounds smaller. I need a picture. Sorry.
Oh wow. That might be a 4. That might be a 4.
Yeah, it's a 4. You guys show that out too. 4 pounds, 12 ounces. Holy. Trailers, what's getting it done? Yeah?
Yeah.
Dude, that's unbelievable. That's a 4.
He's still swimming.
There we go. That's a big fish. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yes! 414 though. Gee. Not too shabby. Hi.
Hi, we're not ready.
How's everybody doing tonight? It's been 2 weeks. We're back. I had a wonderful family vacation. I got to spend a full week with the family at Universal Studios. I gave my kids and my wife my complete and undivided attention, unplugged from everything. It was definitely awesome. And after being back for 2 days, I'm right back to where I was. Dude, I went to sleep anywhere from 9:45 to I think the latest I was up to was 11. Most nights I was asleep by like 9:45 or 10:15. But it'll do that when you're walking like 7 miles a day through the parks and going on all the rides and everything, and it was hotter than hell.
Get back to the hotel and you're like,
Oh yeah.
okay, I'm going to bed.
I didn't have time to or energy to do anything, and got a good night's sleep Sunday night into Monday because we flew home Monday. I think we got back to the house at like 6:30. We did dinner and everything. We unpacked. I played video games with Chris for a little bit, and then he signed off at 9:30. So I was like, you know what? I'm done. So went upstairs like 9:45, polish off my rum and coke. Insomnia.
So I saw you on, and I was like, just about to get in there, and then I saw you just go, boop, and just disappear. I'm like, oh.
Sorry. I was up till 2 o'clock.
Oh.
Even after all that sleep I got, just fucking right back into insomnia mode.
Jesus. Yeah, I didn't fall asleep until about 2 o'clock last night.
Yeah, I got my...
Oh, good morning, everybody.
I gotta get my head straight, man. Back in a bad vibe. It's nothing. It's like 90%. Okay, like 70% my own doing. I can't take too much credit. But that's the ebbs and flows of me and my brain. So how's everybody doing? You know what? I tell you what, though, when I did have downtimes, like small opportunities, like basically when I was in the bathroom, when we were up there, or down there in Florida, I'd peruse through the social medias, the Facebooks and the Instagrams and the whole thing. And tell you what, that fall bite seems to have gone off because people were catching donkeys while I was gone. Unlike us. Oh, my God. All right, I'm officially an old man. You're going to see me grimace and grunt and like just look like I'm in pain because I'm positive I have a pinched nerve in my shoulder. And
It's from doing this all week.
probably not wrong, but I wish it was cooler than that. I did it while drying off, getting out of the shower. Old man. And that muscle pulled, and I haven't been able to get it to free up. And I'm pretty sure it's a pinched nerve because it hurts from the top of my head to my fingertips.
Oh, God. So I switched. Okay, funny story. So I switched my room around, and now my nightstand is on the right side of my, laying down, right side of my bed. And I rolled over. My arm just like kind of flopped over, and I knocked over my light. I had a glass of water, or a thing of water, whatever. And it woke me up. I jumped out of bed, and I stepped down, and I have those blue light glasses.
Yeah.
And I just smashed them.
Oh, God.
It was like 2 in the morning. I was like, what happened? I crawled back into bed and just passed right back out again. I woke up in the morning, and I looked down. I'm like, oh, those glasses are gone.
Oh, no. Oh, man. Well, I tell you what, for everybody that's here, thank you very much. Appreciate you all for everything you do. Stop. Chad, I can't read that text out loud. Plus, it's my left shoulder, not my right.
That's funny.
We're going to talk a lot about our favorite fall baits because that time of the year, and I thought it would actually be a good one to ease into for me getting back into the swing of things. It has been insane at work in a lot of good ways. Just took a week off. Emails don't stop while I'm gone, nor does the progress of projects. So I've been trying to climb out of a hole, and I almost didn't even get the stream set up in time. So we're doing great. So I was like, you know what? Let's just talk about fall baits because that'd be easy. I already have a lot of that stuff out and tied on. Last time we went out, I was much more hopeful for that bite to go off than it did. That was almost 2 weeks ago now.
Yeah,
but
where did we even go?
We went to 2 different places. We fished for a total of 9.5 hours. You caught 1, I caught 2. That was our last trip, and it was abysmal. I mean, we caught 3 fish over 9.5 hours. That's legitimately, I think, the second worst outing we've had all season. Mm-hmm. The worst was when we went out in the middle of January, a couple hours before the snowstorm, and we got skunked. But admittedly, we really didn't anticipate catching anything. It was just nice to get on the boat. So better than nothing. But I don't know. I just wanted to cover a lot of the stuff because it's good, and there's a couple of maybe some slightly different things in here we're going to talk about. And as usual, answer a ton of your questions. So for people that are here, whether you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, again, 1, thank you very much. And 2, if you have not done so yet, regardless of where you're watching, drop a like, please, because it helps a lot. Helps immensely, especially when you take like a week off like we did, and there ain't no content up on the channel. And I have not made a regular fishing video in like 6 weeks. I don't have a boat. Hey, speaking of boats, I don't have a boat.
There's no boat.
And
so that means no hose.
After 2 weeks of not getting a call back, I'm not going to go down that road. I finally got an update. We'll leave it at that. And that's all I needed because we have a 2-day tournament coming up in a week and a half. And I need to know, do I have a boat or not? And the answer is no. I'm not going to have a boat. I don't know when I'm going to have a boat. I have to call Yamaha directly at this point to get a direct answer, I think, on an ETA on that. And, the real pain in the butt about this is that I can't do anything to even get the other boat that I want to purchase. So until I get my boat back, so I'm just kind of stuck in this weird holding pattern. The question is, do we
have a Ranger, though?
I know, and the only thing that stinks about it is, like, we have, like, nothing. And there's one part of me that's like, whatever, no big deal. But at the very least, I am concerned if we try to go fish that tournament, we don't have spot lock, and the wind becomes hellacious. Now, I have fished in that Ranger for many years without, with what it has, the Maxim. It's a chore to keep that thing anywhere remotely in place. It's a barge, dude, and it's only got an 80-pound on it. It's way underpowered. So I'm like... That's my only concern. And these guys are hammers.
Especially if we went up there with only 2D and did well.
See, the thing is, I think we can do well.
I think so too, because we know both of those lakes
Yeah.
and the areas that we need to be in.
The battery's all brand new, so I'm not concerned about that. Oh, I don't even know if the live well pumps work. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. We'll know definitively
need to
after we
test
fish
some
Sunday.
things.
Yeah, we have no idea. Oh, you know what? I know for a fact that the drain plugs you switch from open to close, yeah, them flappers inside of all that crap broke ages ago. So if we want to put water in the live well, we have to like get a plug and actually plug it, or she won't hold water. It's not a bad thing. It's got the overflow, so just keep pumping water in. And yeah, I mean, we have all the extra drain plugs. Like,
Oh yeah,
those actually might fit. We'll let you know next week
will
what we're
see.
gonna do. We might wing it with the old tub.
I want to buy a Vexus.
Oh, I forgot to hide that comment. My bad.
I would love to buy your Vexus.
I would love to buy that Vexus. Anyway, Oliver, how you doing, bud?
Hi, Oliver.
I like how he said Lexus first.
Did he?
Autocorrect. Yeah, I was over here in this. Anyone want to buy a Lexus? Sorry, that one.
Second thought.
I like Mark. Everybody needs two boats. They always have one. Actually, there's a guy I know. He just picked up a new Skeeter, and he's still like his old Skeeter is still beautiful and like really new. Joe, why are you boatless? What happened to you, man?
We just work on your boat not that long ago.
Uh-oh.
Maybe not.
It's even worse if that happened.
No, it's not us.
Oh, I saw that Passan dropped his boat off to you guys.
When?
I don't know. He posted a video on his story yesterday or the day before.
What does he have?
The Nitro, the Z9, I think.
Oh, I'm working on that right now.
Black, red, and white. Black, red, and white. I said that backwards.
I'm working on a Z9.
That's got to be his.
It's probably his.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I guess I'll see him in a couple days.
There you go.
Or tomorrow, maybe. 2 days from now.
When are you going
I
to
don't
finish
know.
it? Come on.
I don't know. Probably Friday. Well, they're paving Friday, so I don't know.
Oh, really? Huh. Neat. Oh, Joe blew the lower on the way to the weigh-in at the STQT. That sucks. But on the plus side, at least it's not a super expensive fix. 1 and 2, it's something you can do in your driveway. I can't rebuild a power head. I don't even have a power head to try and rebuild with.
I don't even have a head.
Yeah, ain't that the truth?
I need the power to power the head. Ain't no power.
I just want to get an answer on like from Yamaha. I want to know, like, am I looking at another week or two, or am I looking at like 2 or 3 months? Because if it's gonna be 2 or 3 months, I want my boat back, and I'd rather be stuck on my trolling motor in my boat with all the toys on it, especially as we get into colder and colder water here, than I would rather have the Ranger with nothing on it. Decisions. Okay, the simple solution is you need to buy this from my dad, put all the stuff that you want on it, and then we're good to go.
Okay.
Okay, so if you could purchase it tomorrow, we have a week and a half. You can get that rigged up in time, right? I'm checking my non-existent watch with the calendar. It'll be fine. It'll be great.
Spend all day, all night, into Sunday. You get it done.
Yeah. Dropman, what boat at Thayer's you're looking at again? I ain't saying.
Ain't telling you.
No. Shh. Oh, funny story, but we'll get into all this. But Pittsburgh Angler, ever been rear-ended in traffic towing a boat? As a matter of fact, yes, I have. 1988 Bass Tracker, fiberglass. That was Memorial Day weekend of 2009.
That's why you hate Memorial Day.
No, one of many reasons. And trying to go to a lake in New Hampshire, turning off of the main road onto the side road where the ramp was, and the woman coming up behind me wasn't paying attention. Rear end of the boat, like my car was already fully 90 and like into the side road, so the boat was like 45. So she caught the whole like motor and transom just right that it spun it from like 45 to 45 the other way, but flipped upside down. So it flipped the boat completely over onto the top cap right in the middle of the main road. Fun times.
That doesn't sound fun at all.
No, and I was, but you know what? I was only boatless for a month.
That's crazy, isn't it?
4 weeks boatless, and I'm 6 weeks now with no motor. Actually, it's been almost exactly 2 months because technically this Saturday, July 29th, is the tournament when I blew the motor, and I haven't had my boat since. I'm 2 days away from 2 months of no boat. It's terrible.
Yeah, it's hurting my innards.
All right, so I saw Anthony get your boat back and rig it with 4 torpedoes. That could work.
Dude, that would be
Great.
We'd go a whopping 8 miles an hour.
Yes.
Maybe.
Drop it. They have 2022 Blazers in for $70K. So I saw those. Yeah, it's like $20,000 over what I can afford. So Yup. Interest rates are not friendly. Let's talk about baits. More of this. Let's talk about fun stuff. All right. So the whole plan was we were going to talk about what our favorite fall baits are. And there is a lot of them because my favorite thing about fishing in the fall, not only is it your second best chance at what will likely be your biggest, if not at least second biggest fish of the year. Spring's still king for both of those things. But you can still catch a lot of fish. And the variety of baits that you can use at this time of the year is absolutely insane. So with that in mind, we have a variety. I can promise you that. And some of these things totally make sense. And some of them you might be like, huh, yeah, like that.
Like that?
So let's tell you what, you go first.
All right.
We're talking about this time of the year, fall fishing. Let's make it easy. What's your go-to? What's the very first thing you're not leaving the house without it tied on and you're going to pick it up one of the first things you throw?
Always jerkbait.
Jerkbait.
Jig. I don't have one out right here, but chatterbait.
Actually, I have one right there, fire craw.
Spinnerbait and
Yeah, now that's a fire craw.
that's fightery.
I think it's chomped in the spring. I can promise you that.
And of course, which is retired as of I don't want to lose it. And the glide baits for sure. And just added a new one to the arsenal. This little guy. Was it the Nichols?
The little guy. Okay, so this
Ben Parker.
pick up
Nichols,
the Depths
whatever.
250 and put it beside that. Everybody knows what a Depths 250 is. That's dumb.
It's gonna get
In a
bit.
great way. That's insane.
It's 100% gonna get bit. There's
Oh, yeah.
no way it's not. Eventually.
How heavy is it? Like 2 ounces?
I don't know. It's not that bad.
No, it's probably 1.5 ounces.
I don't know.
Because
Oh.
Okay, it's kind of heavy.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
it's probably-
but it's not heavy.
It's probably like 2 ounces, maybe 2.25, which is still not bad. But you can't just throw that on absolutely anything. That's like a frog stick rod. But that would also be like too heavy, I think, because you'd probably want.
It's going to my 2 to 6 ounce.
Yeah, that would probably be because you want backbone to be able to work that, but you got to have something a little supple so you're not gonna rip the trebles out of the mouth when you set the
Right.
hook.
Yeah, because that rod is would be perfect for this. Douglas.
Damn right. I have
There's your plug.
I have a 3.25 to 4 ounce model, a 3 to 7 ounce model for my bigger rods from them, and you have that same one, that 3.25 to 4 ounce. I guarantee you that would be perfect for that.
What? Sorry.
That Douglas X Matrix, the 3.25 to 4 ounce. We both have that same rod.
No. I
do you
gave it
mean
to one
no?
of the kids at the camp. He wanted to get into big baits, and he's like, "Oh, I don't know if we're gonna get a rod." And I was like,
I forgot
well,
you
now
did
you have
that.
one.
I forgot
it
you
to
did
him.
that. So generous.
Yeah.
That would be a perfect rod for that, though.
I know it would.
You just borrow mine.
I was thinking about that this morning. I was like,
But next time we go out, just borrow mine because it's got a high speed reel. It's got straight 15-pound. This brand new heavy cover 15.5 from Defiant.
I think it'll be all right on the other one. It should be fine.
Well, you can try it if you want. No pressure. I'm just saying that the
Okay.
option's there.
I might try it.
Okay, so jerkbait and big old blade. You said jerkbait and glide. Sorry, jerkbait and glide, and then you showed off the big old spoon.
Yates.
I did see so many comments. But Dan asked, jerkbait, what's your setup? I can answer this too, but you first.
Sorry, who?
Jerkbait, what's your setup?
I don't even know what rod that is, what it's rated at.
Is that the custom one from John Wicked Custom Rods?
I think it's like a 7.4 medium fast.
I don't remember.
I think
Medium, moderate, fast?
Medium moderate fast? Medium moderate fast. That's what it was. But it's like
That's 7.4?
7.3, 7.4. No, it was shorter than that because it's like, how long is that thing? 7.2. I don't know why I got it so long, but I got it originally for cranking and it ended up being like a very good jerkbait rod. So that's the only thing I use it for now. I love it.
But what do you? Oh no, you just re-spooled it finally. Oh my god! Every time we went out fishing, I knew when he picked up his jerkbait. Going back to this spring, like ice out spring. Well, ice out for like New Hampshire spring, so like March, and he'd cast, and towards the end of this cast, you'd hear the leader knot come up through the guides, And as the season went on, that leader knot just started coming out a lot sooner. So we went out the last time we went out. And you cast and you had one massively bad bird's nest. And you're like, oh, that's done. Oh, it was the time before that. Then we went out last week and you went to go cast and you're like, what the hell? Oh, yeah, I forgot to take care of that. And you went to put it down. I was like, I have a brand new spool at 12 pound. And you're like, okay, that works.
Yeah, perfect. That's mint. Yeah, I mean, jerkbait, I won't go under 10 pounds. There's no need to.
No.
There really isn't any need to. Because if you do hook into a big fish on a jerkbait, you're not going to want to lose it on anything less than 10 pounds. Because if you lose it on 10 pounds, it is what it is at that point.
Yep. And then what are you using for your reel on it? You still using that Hypermag?
I use a Hypermag, the 8.5-1, because I want to, after I twitch it, I want to either this hand or I just spin it with my middle finger, the reel, to pick up the slack, and that's it. And it's not like you're doing anything with the reel other than just picking up slack, so might as well pick it up fast.
Right.
So, same thing with a jig. I do the same thing with a jig.
For me, it's actually one of my last Lose rods I'm using on a regular basis. It is the Team Lose Custom Pro Speed Stick. Yeah. 7 foot, medium, moderate, fast, full cork handle. Thing's great. I actually love it. And it's one of the last new Lose reels I bought for it too. I can't remember which one it was, the Custom Pro SLP or something like that. It's like a $200 reel. Thing's been great. Like, line capacity is good, not crazy. It doesn't take a ton to fill it up with 10 pound, and I just use straight 10 pound fluoro on mine. I'm using the 10 pound, well, I think it's actually 9.8 pound soft casting fluorocarbon from Defiant. I had to think about that really hard for a second there. I was like, because I keep wanting to call it the smooth casting, but that's the braid. So soft casting from Defiant, and it's mint. I love it, and thing works great. That rod's phenomenal because I can still bomb that jerkbait a mile. New reel obviously helps that a lot too. But like, we had it happen a lot earlier this year in the spring, and actually just relatively recently, where I got bit like at the very end of a far cast, and it's got just enough backbone that even though I'm just leaning into it, I'm just basically swinging sideways, but not like jerking rapidly or violently, that I can still get the hooks set home and keep them pinned. It helps with the Megabass Vision 110 hooks. Those are really sticky, so it doesn't take much either. But I don't know, it's a really good combo. It works well for me. I will eventually replace it sooner than later here with a rod from Douglas. I just haven't decided which model I'm going to go with on that.
Yeah, I kind of want to get a new one too. Not saying my rod's bad, but I kind of want something a little shorter because those like vertical twitches.
Oh, yep.
It's too long. It slaps the water, or I just slap the boat.
Yeah,
it's more often than not.
Mr. Visco Brian said he uses 7 pound shooter for his jerk baits. Doesn't he use like 5 pound though in his drop shot too, or 6 pound? I forget.
Yeah, he's weird.
I think he said 6 pound.
I love him. Jesus Christ.
Well, his other comments sums him up. We love you, Brian. I did see a couple other comments. I mean, 3D Fish in there, our buddy DJ, jerkbait. There was another thing you said in there that I didn't bring down yet. It's up on the shelf. You can see it right there. It's sticking up everywhere. I'll bring that out in a little bit.
I have one hanging from my light in my room, and I call it a chandelier.
Jeremy Martin, 10 pound Tatsu. I actually did that one year, several years ago, and I really liked it. It was good. But that 9.8 pound soft casting fluoro from Defiant is like phenomenal. What is the stream quality like taking a dive? It all of a sudden looked like it did. I got like where we stream here and then YouTube over here to make sure that it all looks good. That did not look good for a moment there. Just keep me apprised if everything does or does not look good. Okay, so for myself, we're talking about fall fishing. I gotta approach this from two different angles. First things I'm always gonna have tied on, and I'm gonna swing for the fences on. Yes. Okay. So if we're talking largemouth, I'm going spinnerbait. I know this is like I bought this like a couple months ago, and I was looking for something for one to have in here because the rest of it was in my boat outside, my dad's boat. And I was like, oh yeah, I have a spinnerbait over here. But spinnerbait, I have had some absolutely magical days in the fall for many, many years, with the exception of the last year or two, where I couldn't get bit on a spinnerbait. But throwing, outside of those for a very, very long time, spinnerbait, specifically for largemouth, or a swim bait on the back of a swim jig have been my go-tos. And it's phenomenal, cover a lot of water, usually gets you a lot bigger bites, but still gets you plenty of other bites, which is good. So
Like
that's... Pike. Yeah, like pike. Yeah, I lost a fair few of these in Vermont recently. So number one for largemouth, I'm going to go spinnerbait with jerkbait and jig. If I'm going smallmouth, drop shot is probably still number one, but I'm getting to that one. Number two, where it's like absolutely no questions whatsoever, Damiki rig, and with a magic flick from Beast Coast Fishing more often than not. There's a number of different baits that I use when I'm throwing a Damiki rig, but Magic Flick has been king for me recently, and I play around with colors a lot. Like if I go out and I know I'm going to be throwing a Damiki for smallmouth, I bring every single bag of every single color of Magic Flick that I own, because there will be plenty of days where I'll go through 5 or 6 different colors before I finally land on the one that they want. And it's not always that straightforward. You would think it would be like, oh, okay, this place, like all it has is smelt or perch, so I'm going to aim for those two first. And it's like, seems like it just rarely ends up being one of those colors.
I'm saying, color doesn't really matter.
I mean, clearly it does.
I mean, color matters, but the bait fish don't matter.
No, yes, spot on. And there's so many different conditions that lead to different color choices being better, one over the other. And especially like some colors, it's like, wow, that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But it's all good, and that's why I go to it. Now, right behind that, that's what he was pointing at. Okashira.
That's my favorite.
It's really hard to see.
I love that.
That is from Mega Bass, the Okashira, which is the bladed swim jig. No, screwhead. Screwhead swim jig. Not sure what you would call that. It's basically a swim jig. It's got a little propeller, but the propellers are not symmetrical. One's a little bit longer and has more of a cup to it than the other one. So the beauty of a bait like that is when you're swimming it straight, it kind of corkscrews a little bit, so you get a little more action out of it just swimming it straight. It doesn't just beeline, but when it falls, it also kind of does a little corkscrew as well as a result of that.
Almost like a tube.
Yep. So you can fish this a number of different ways. You can just bomb it out and fish it straight along. You can yo-yo it, and you can drag it along the bottom, kind of hop it like a jig, or you can just kind of fish it like a Ned rig in the sense of just letting it fall straight to the bottom. And this thing, I don't know what it is about that, but I try and go 2 totally different directions when I'm talking about smallmouth, and I want a lot of stuff that's just going to hang there in front of their face, which is why I drop shot or Damiki rig, and then something moving, like constantly moving, and that's where I really like, even a spy bait too, but that Okashira screwhead is phenomenal. Regardless of what I'm throwing, this time of the year for smallmouth, I downsize, incredibly small. The Magic Flick is 3.65 inches, if memory serves correct. I always trim it back a little bit, so it's a little bit less. It's like closer to 3.25 inches, which is not micro small, but small. I've used a lot of other baits from different companies that are like 2.5 inches in size. I'm going to keep what that is to myself, because some of the stuff that I use, I know that not many people are using it in that manner. And if they are using it, they're keeping their mouths shut too, and for a damn good reason, because it works. But again, a lot of that stuff is like closer to 2.5 inches in size.
Sorry, that's the juice we just can't give out.
Yeah, that's that 5%. You guys get 95% of everything we know. That right there is the 5% you don't get to know. But those are all my 3 go-tos for smallmouth. Again, for largemouth, spinnerbait, jig, and sometimes I like to throw a topwater. Actually, now this is a really good time of year to be throwing something like a walking dog kind of bait. That's always good. But those are our go-tos for everything. Although you only talked about largemouth. You didn't talk about smallmouth.
Same. No, I'll throw jerk baits for smallmouth this time of year, for sure.
Knows what's up.
I'm honestly hoping I catch a smallie on this thing. That would be cool. If I did, it's gonna be freaking big. It better be big. For smallies, definitely 100% Okashira screwhead. I had no confidence in this thing, and I would just picked it up and started throwing it. And that was the day that I caught the 5 1/4 smallie on it. And then all of a sudden I was like, it feels like I'm ticking the grass. I don't know what's going on here. Oh, shit. Oh, that's big.
That's big. And then I saw it jump from a mile away, but you were like, I think you were looking down at your reel, and I was like, oh my God. You're like, was it big? Yeah, it's big.
That was the weirdest bite. It like came up to it. It felt like a perch.
That's how
I know. That's how
the majority of our 5-pound smallmouth have been. I just
know.
don't understand it.
It's weird. Probably because it's just down their throat and their chompers are
Yeah,
chomping on it.
trying to get it further back.
Right?
I'm going to circle back really quick to Brian because he did expand when we were talking about a 6-pound. I'm actually using 6-pound on a 6'6" medium fast for 110+1 junior on a spinning rod, and then 7-pound shooter on a 6'8" medium fast on a casting with a 110+2. You are living a very dangerous life, but I bet you that 110+2 gets down wicked deep.
I'm just saying that I won't go down under 10.
I break that off every cast.
But
I would absolutely break that thing off.
oh yeah.
Oh, God. And then I saw, Joe had a really good question. And then actually Chad texted me a good thing I wanted to bring up too. But from Joe, I'm about to take my one wheel down to the reservoir near my house for some nighttime bank casts. What would you use first? Whopper plopper, spook, popper, or buzzbait? Also, you guys ever use a donkey rig? No, donkey rig, no. But that's something I really wanted to try this weekend. And if we go where you said we should with Brian, I am absolutely tying one on.
Okay.
Because I've already got a ton of white flukes up there. I just got to remember to bring them along. I want to give that a shot.
Wait.
What?
Yeah, the other species in there
Yeah,
would
yeah.
absolutely smoke that.
Probably.
No, they will.
Should I just bomb that out, let it hit the bottom, and just start like freaking vertical jigging
Pretty
that up?
much.
Dude, that'd be sick. Oh my God.
40 pounds.
No donkey rig in New Hampshire. I thought donkey rig was one of those gray areas where you actually could use it because, I'll have to look. Because, like, I know in New Hampshire, they did just actually change the verbiage on the law. A couple years ago, you could use, say, like a Ned rig as your weight on a drop shot, so you had 2 hooks, but that was legal. Donkey rig, I'm not too sure. Well, I don't know. We'll figure it out. And Alec, all good, man. Hopefully your 2024 trail looks mint. Oh, sorry, wait. There was a lot more to your question. What are you throwing first? Whopper plopper, spook, popper, or buzzbait? For
I'll
night?
throw a popper.
I'm going buzzbait.
Oh, at night.
At night? I originally was going to say popper at first like you did, but, dude, I've had some amazing nights throwing a buzzbait this time of the year at night.
Oliver got me hooked on those poppers.
They're great.
I think I'll still go with popper. Ooh, no, spook.
Spook at night? Yeah.
Yeah, spook. Sorry. Yeah,
You going a little guy or a big guy?
big guy, obviously.
Like this guy?
No.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the one that's like 4 times the size of this.
This guy.
Oh, Christ, I moved the wrong way. That is insane.
I have fished this thing. I haven't got a bite on it yet, but I can legitimately cast this thing. What do you think?
200 feet plus. Feet, not yards. There's too many guys out there like, oh, I cast 200 yards all day. You do not cast 600 feet. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
This thing just goes. It's ridiculous. The first time I cast it and saw how far it was, I just laughed. I put the rod down and I just started laughing. I was with Brian. I cast it, I was like, oh my God, it goes so far.
I think it was
That is pretty cool. This is
dumb.
actually the Cast Big Bass Streams collaboration. I don't know if you guys seen that yet. I'm sure you have. All over the place. They make the poppers too in all different sizes.
See, Alec knows what's up. I cannot wait to try the Okashira with the slow flow. I've done it. It's amazing. Because that's what I really like about the Okashira. Like, it wants to be worked slow. The
It wants
Okashira...
to be eaten.
Yeah, damn right. The Okashira, think of it as a soft body version of a spy bait. Because that's really what you get out of that. And you can crawl that thing, especially on a 1/16 ounce head. It goes wicked slow. So with the slow flow from Beast Coast, their new swim baits, that is a killer combo. It looks really, really good.
Mark, what do you got tied on?
Got the perversion. Doggy rigs. Timmer. Damn it, Brian. I'm just going back through to make sure what South Jersey. That's why you need the Mega Bass Live times 1, X1. It goes right over wood, no problems, and great grinding on rocks. It's like a hybrid jerkbait crank. Ooh, I like the sound of that. That is fantastic.
You know what New Hampshire should do? New Hampshire should allow us to use A-rigs for like 1 month a year, just so we can cull out a bunch of small bass.
Oh my God, that'd be amazing.
All 5 hooks.
Yep. I'm thinking.
I know you are.
What's that rig called that commercial perch fishermen use? Oliver was telling us about it, and same with Dennis. It's like literally one line, but it's like spoon hook, or something like that.
Sabiki rig?
Yeah, sabiki rig. Which I'm thinking.
You use that to catch like mackerel and bait fish and stuff.
But I think they make like a smaller, like freshwater version.
I'm sure they do.
Alabama rig, 5 sabiki rigs, and with the explicit intent of getting rock bass. In one cast, you get like 30 of them.
Oh my God, dude, that would be amazing. Just calling out 30 rock bass at a time.
Dude, that'd be amazing. Chad did
really
ask.
Cool. That'd be heavy.
Did you? Yeah, actually it would. But it'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Throwing that out like you have to bring a saltwater rod. You just keep feeling like tick, 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 tick. You're just like, yep, I'm just getting more fish, more. They're like 30 pounds on this thing.
Oh my God, it's getting heavier.
You have to bring like a saltwater rod with like an electric reel.
Right? Dude, that'd be sick. Just turn it on. Here we go.
And Chad asked, did you get some new ink? And yes, you did. Did you show it off?
I have not.
Are you going to
Sure
show
you
it
guys
off?
have figured it out by now. I don't know if you can see it. It's still got like the plastic stuff on it, but oh, God damn it. It's a smallmouth, all right?
Focus. That's actually, there you go. It grabbed you. That's purdy right there. Okay, refocus. There you go. I like it. Careful.
Yeah, my buddy Eric did it. Wicked Ways. It came out. It looks a hell of a lot better than what you guys probably see. But
No, it seriously looks phenomenal. Are you doing anything else to that, or is that it?
To this?
Yeah.
Not to this.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you're going
But
to do any more
to
shading
this?
or anything. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, this whole thing's getting done. By the end of the winter, I'll have a full sleeve.
Did you see Ryan, our buddy Ryan Matthews, the story he posted of Kristen's sleeve? She got it filled out. Like, I think it was mostly filled out anyway.
Ryan Thomas?
Yeah.
Ryan Matthews?
Why I say Ryan Matthews? Jesus Christ.
I don't know, but yeah, she sent me a picture of it, and it looks fucking... Nope. It looks great.
I'll get it. I'll get one eventually. Anthony said, sweet carp.
Thanks, I appreciate it. It's actually a drum. Damn it, I should have got a drum.
You can fill it in somewhere in there. It'll be fine.
Just a little one.
No, you should get a drum on each finger. So be like, they're drum.
Oh, Jesus. You see the banana helmet? It has a peel.
Oh, God. Terrible.
God.
Mike, any news on The Gathering? The Gathering 5, it has commenced for all you swimbait freaks. I'd like to go to that one of these years. But it's very far.
Where is it?
This year, Gathering 5 came back up to Virginia, to Rockahawk. Yeah, Rockahawk Campground. I forget what river system it's on.
Where the hell is that?
Somewhere down in Virginia. It's really not that
Virginia.
bad of a
Oh,
drive.
okay.
We can probably get there in like 9 hours.
Oh, yeah, not that bad.
No, not that bad.
Made a day trip out of it.
Damn right. Drive down.
Go down, buy
fish overnight,
one
drop
bait, and then come back.
Yeah, but you know,
I'm
there's
just
going to be
needing
somebody.
Deb's 250.
Just wait for the upcoming expos this winter. That's for damn sure. Oh my God. Speaking of that, New England Fishing Expo, no problem. Be there the whole weekend. New Hampshire Outdoor
Is that
Expo.
Friday too?
Yes, the New England and the New Hampshire one are Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
I have to talk to Steve about that, but
That's easy enough that I can manage on Friday alone.
Okay.
If need be. So do not stress. And actually,
there
Chrissy can
Saturday
come down
and
and help
Sunday.
too anyway.
and same with the other one.
Yep. Now, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday for the New Hampshire Outdoor Expo. I'm probably not going to be there for most, if not all of that Sunday, because I fly out to London, where I'm going to a trade show for work, which will be, so Friday, Saturday at the New Hampshire Outdoor Expo. Sunday, I fly out. Monday,
sick.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday I'm in London. I fly home Friday to then immediately come down and set up for the Northeast Swimbait Expo to work Saturday, Sunday. I don't know. I think I'll be all right.
Yeah, it's going to be busy, but you'll be okay.
It'll be fine. If I look completely out of it, you know why.
Well, DJ said he can come down and help.
Hell yeah.
That
Thank you,
would be
DJ.
awesome.
Appreciate you. Sherpa went. Oh, no kidding. I didn't know Passan went down.
So Pasong probably dropped his boat off and then went straight from my work down.
That's smart, though. That is smart.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, circling back to get back on topic here. So we covered basically top 3 favorites: fall fishing, largemouth, and smallmouth. Let's talk a little bit about things that are still effective, but not really our go-tos, because the inconsistency of said bite and or technique has kept it out of like our I guess, very first few things we'd want to talk about and share about. There's a term I was looking for. It escaped me at the moment there. It's like, I'll give you one. This is a great example.
Oh, yeah.
Lipless crankbaits. For years, this was a go-to fall killer for me. And it's great, and especially with that vegetation that's still there, and some of it's still kind of lively, but a lot of it's starting to die off and just brown up, and it's slowly starting to kind of wilt at this point, depending upon where you are in the greater northern half of the country. But for the areas where the vegetation's still there, and it's still doing pretty good, but... Shut up, Oliver. This for years was a killer for me. And I did exceptionally well for this, both largemouth and smallmouth. Actually, now that I think about it, one of my favorite moments of fishing the lipless crankbait wasn't even for me, though I did have a good day with it. It was for our buddy Josh. And it was the 1 year we did a club tournament in 2011. And it was a tournament up on Squam Lake. It was the last derby of the year. Blew my lower unit with like 3 hours to go in that tournament. That was not fun. But like second or third cast, Josh stuck an almost 4-pound smallmouth on a lipless crankbait. And that was out deep. That was like 40 feet of water. It got like halfway down. All of a sudden, he's like, "What the?" And he swung. He's like, "Oh yeah!"
And he's like, "I don't actually think I was going to catch anything."
And he got a couple more. I got a couple that day, and then there's I don't even know. There's been plenty of days where like a lipless has just been phenomenal. I just don't talk about that much anymore, or recently, because I can't buy a bite on this to save my life. To the point where I actually didn't put it in my boat for a little while because I was tired of just carrying it.
I got on it was a pickerel, and I was like, I don't want to use this anymore.
Well, you know, I tell you what, unless we go strictly for smallmouth this weekend, I'm bringing these. I'll give them a shot again.
Yeah, they're gonna work.
I mean, it's gonna come full circle. There's just something about the way we fish and the areas we fish that this has not been very effective for us the last 3 years. But it is absolutely worth mentioning because it is a killer bait. Sorry, I forgot to hide that comment. So that's like, hang on. I'm just. There you go. Okay, I hate lipless crankbaits. Spent so much time on hooking fish, annoying. So like that's an easy one for me to mention because it used to be a killer. I just haven't been very good with it lately, so I don't bring it up, but that doesn't discount the fact that it still can and is a killer in the fall. That one fits that discussion really, really nicely. What else would be something for you that would kind of fit that criteria? I don't even think we would have it on the table at this point. We got a lot, but not that much. Yeah.
Work or not work?
Well, no, it's something that you know works, just for you hasn't really worked lately, and it's something you don't think about, though you know it's a killer at this time of the year.
Well, I don't know. I haven't been fishing that much lately, so I don't know what sucks right now.
Let me flip the script on you then.
Okay.
What is something that you desperately want to work that you're not quite sure will work this time of the year, or you just have never tried, but you're like, you know what? I bet you that will work. I was literally, and aside from that, you already showed that off.
I know, but that's what I'm using. That's what I'm. I have all the confidence in the world with this, but I don't know if it's going to work or not right now. But I really have a great, big feeling that it's going to catch me something great and big. I think that's my answer.
Big old spoon.
Big old spoon.
What you got there? Big old spoon.
Big old spoon. Huppo shit.
Little Rich, thank you for the Blitz Max. Super cool color. Planning to cause some damage this weekend. You're very welcome. Sorry about the delay on getting that out, but you're welcome. Wait, Anthony's suspending lipless.
Suspending lipless. Dude, it's like dual treble hook Demiki rig.
I will Cath King salmon, boat potato. What?
Demiki.
What about it?
Nothing. Should it work right now?
Absolutely.
I mean, yes, but I don't know. So maybe
That's true, 'cause
maybe that's
you're-
my second one.
Your only exposure so far to actually fishing a Demiki rig has been in the middle of winter.
Yeah, true.
And it's been killer. I'll never forget that day, being out there in that snow.
That was so sick. Oh, that was my first Demiki fish.
Yeah, and it was a 4.5 pound smallie.
Yeah. It was cool.
That was the one. I'm almost positive. It was, or maybe it was the one after that. But I was kneeling down on the front of the boat, and I had it down there, and I'm like, it just won't eat. And I was like, maybe get another bait. It's like, quick, pick up my other rod. And you came over, like, okay. And I was like, and I was like, drop it. And I saw it coming down. And as it got like 10 feet down, I burned mine up, and the fish kind of turned up a little bit, and then stopped, and then came up a little bit for your bait, came down, and then thump.
Yeah. I was like, oh my God.
That video is still up on the channel somewhere. That was great. That was like 2 years ago now.
That was pretty cool. That was that long ago?
Yeah. Yeah, because this past winter, well, fall into winter was actually pretty terrible for us.
Yeah.
It was the year before that was phenomenal.
The 2 years before.
Yeah. 2 years ago and 3 years ago. We had last fall was good, but it was like that late October into like the end of December. 2 years ago and 3 years ago was just stupid.
That's what it is. Thank you, DJ, for reminding me. Hair jigs. That is definitely one that I haven't thrown in the fall yet, but it should friggin' work, and it will work for sure. 100%.
It's absolutely going to work.
Yes.
Demiki it. It's just pendulum it. Working like a Ned rig. Do whatever you want. Oh, yeah. Guy.
Good call.
Just underneath that
Yeah.
spin.
Sure. Okay. All right.
As a bait, I'll never show you guys. It is killer in
Boat
cold
potato.
water.
Check it out. Underspin.
Oh, was he talking about that? Underspins. Dude.
I just grabbed it just because I saw it.
No, that's killer in the fall too.
Oh, I know.
I almost brought it up when we were talking about like our top three. Well, we didn't intend for it to be a top three, but it ended up being like a top three for like our go-tos for both smallies and largies. And I didn't bring it up, but it's like I would say Okashira is my 3A and the underspin is my 3B. Drop shot and Demiki are ahead of both. Ned rig is definitely in that conversation because you can do so much with a Ned rig. I just try to avoid throwing it if I can. Really, really light underspin like that, I prefer over like a standard underspin, like a 3/8 ounce. I think would maybe a 1/4 ounce. That's really light. That's like I think it's a 3/16.
That's exactly what that is.
Yeah, that one's pretty light. I think I want something lighter, just because. But although at that point, I don't know if the friggin' blade will spin.
I should tie a hair jig on an underspin.
Ooh, I wonder how that would work with the hair though.
Probably friggin' amazing.
Probably.
They give it a little on the bottom.
You have to tie that hair carefully because the blade gets up and catches it and just fouls up inside the friggin' swivel. I don't know if that would actually do that or not.
I could tie it away that it won't.
There you go.
It'd be perfect. Oh, speaking of which, I need to tie feathers for trebles. I have this exact stuff, same color and everything.
Yeah. Okay. Let me. Well, you know what? Let me go back to the chat real quick. Let me ask the question, and then I'll look back at the chat because I don't want to forget it. Out of everything you own, and this is actually a question for all of you in the chat too. Out of everything that you own, what is the one thing you want to catch a fish on more than anything this fall? Yeah, mine's right there waiting for the same damn reason.
Yep, the Defiant 247.
Oh, see, I've only got the 210.
210, yeah. I have the 210. It's in my car. Yeah, it's in my car. I cut it off actually today to put the spoon on, and then I cut the spoon off to bring it here. But this is the line through,
close enough.
And it is. Oh man, I cannot wait to get bit on this thing. I think I got bit once on the other one, and I was working extremely slow on the bottom, but I couldn't tell, and I don't know. But I don't have the hooks for this anymore. I lost the freaking hooks. So I think I'm just going to run a treble hook on it.
Oh, that'll work.
Yeah.
That'll work mint.
See why not. And then just run a stinger hook off the back.
Yep.
It'll work.
That's going to work.
Eventually.
There's a part of me that wants to say the same thing as you, but I don't have it with me. But I think I keep going back and forth. So it's a big bait. And there's a part of me who wants to get bit on this, which is that Spro Chad, which I left it in the buy box stupid. So I got to do something to fix the tail because it's all curled up.
Nah.
Yeah, I think I got to not boil water, but get some hot water and just dip it a couple times. And it should make it soft enough that it should straighten out.
Yeah.
But I don't know, just because it's something new. It's a killer little bait. It can do a lot of cool things with it. I'd really like to catch something on that. Second to that, I think it's going to have to also be that Defiant softbody. I specifically bought that for 2 different lakes I have in mind. And I've never caught a fish on an 8-inch softbody swim bait. The closest that I've caught it is a
you caught
Citizen
one
7.
on the 8-inch mag draft.
Oh, yeah, that's true, actually. It was a 3
One fish.
3 3/4. It was actually that one's right over there. No, it's not. That was the Wagasaki.
The blue and one with the yellow dot on it.
No. It kind of looks rainbow-ish.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's like a faint rainbow color.
And that was before I could find like the actual rainbow trout ones. I have all the freaking rainbow trout ones for those. But I got one bite on it. So, okay, I take that back. I've got bit on one fish. But something on a big body swim bait. Huh?
I caught 2 fish on the mag draft. One was a giant white perch, and the other was a giant sucker fish.
I forgot about that one. That white perch was gnarly.
Yeah, it was big.
Well, I asked the question. I want to go back through and see what everybody else is saying for their answers.
DJ, big spoon.
Big spoon. DJ, big spoon.
Your little spoon.
You beat me to it. I was about to say that. Grat wants one on the Glide. Little Rich, I slide 185. MD on the Huddleston. Ben Marshall, throwback. DJ also, again, on the 262 Glide. That is also phenomenal bait. Ben, 10-inch Weston, Tommy the Trout. Ooh, Chris, Topwater Popper. What? Yeah, so that's why I looked up there, because I was looking at my 230, and I still haven't got a fish on mine either for that same color scheme, just a smaller Glide. And that's another one I'd love to get bit on.
You'll get bit on that, dude. You kidding me?
Well, if we go to that smallie spot this Sunday, I'm going to bring that.
Oh, I'm bringing all of them.
I leaned the wrong way.
Ah, that hurts.
Yep. Everything's fine. I'm dying. Mike, Baruch and Swimmer. I actually never heard of that one. Mark, slow roll the trout Huddlestons. I like what you're thinking. That's why I bought it. And I bought the moderate sink. I had to think about that. I don't know. It's over there. I can't see what. Maybe that is a slow sink.
That's the.
I can see it's right on the tail, but that's the slow.
Yeah. But didn't you put? No, you put weights in the bass one.
Yes, you're right. So that one I leaned way down. I put a ton of nail weights. I would
honestly fish it just like that and just let it sink super slow.
Dude, it's too slow. I tried doing it with Nate that day that he stuck that 610 on the depths.
We're also trying to fish him in like 55, 60 feet of water. So
yeah, and even with the wind, like the wind was pulling me along faster than that could sink. So it was just staying at the surface the whole time. So that's why I took the bass one out and I started stuffing. I think I put 8 or 10 nail weights in it. That got it down.
Yeah. I threw that thing. It was like, dunk. I'm like, oh, dude, it's already on the bottom. Jeez.
I wanted a bottom crawler, but I wanted to define bottom crawler.
Okay. I got the moderate. I'm just going to let it sink real slow.
What did South Jersey say? You guys see the new Citizens coming September 3rd? They have a harness now? Yes, I did see that email. October 3rd, yeah. So they rebuilt the Citizens 6 and 7, but now he's got that harness molded into the head, so you don't actually use... I forget. It's something wonky, but in a good way. Huh?
Do you guys hear this?
What?
The new Citizen. It's got a harness. I'm asking them, are they hearing this? Because it's friggin' amazing.
Yes, it is.
Have you ever used one of these? Because if you haven't, you go through them real quick. The hook just blows right through them. You get maybe 1 to 2 fish with it. Max.
Yeah.
Or you got to like start like
mending it.
Yeah, mending it, repairing it, super gluing it back together, whatever you can do to get it back together.
Biggest fish of the year that I have, and second biggest in my life was that 610. Wait, was that a 10 out? Yeah, 610 largie on that Citizen 6. It was back in the spring, in April, I think. That was amazing.
That was a big fish.
I thought for sure I had a 7.
I thought you had convinced. An 8. Like, that's why I was like, chill the fuck out. Just keep fishing.
Jeremy said OSP Rudra. Dan, Chad's are still fire. I haven't fished it yet. Yes, they are. And I believe Ben's Tackle Shack has quite a few of these still in stock. If you guys are interested, head down to the store down there in Leicester, Mass. Oliver, I'd like to catch a bass on a tuna popper. Ooh,
Dude.
that'd be sweet.
If there's anybody in here that can do it, it's South Jersey.
All right, later, Anthony. South Jersey. 603, what do you think is the biggest thing to get bites on soft plastic swim baits? I seem to struggle the most with soft baits. Hard baits just get more attention for me.
The speed.
We talked a lot about this with Oliver twice, actually, 2 separate streams. And it's almost like this, it's a regional thing. In the Northeast, it's just really, really well known for doing all the hard body stuff. And I think it might just play into the mental aspect of it. I don't know. But you can't fish these soft bodies. You can, but we don't fish these soft bodies like a hard body.
Right. No, we're fishing completely different.
Yeah.
You
And
can't really fish a hard body the way that we fish the soft bodies.
no, but that's the beauty of it. You're still presenting it in a giant, just this giant form factor, this big meal. But you just got to slow it way the hell down. And you got to rethink how you're fishing it. That's a jig. Simply put. I pick this thing up and I fish it like a jig. Yep. And that's how we get all our fish. I don't swim it. Like, I rarely swim it. I barely even hop it. I'm almost just dragging this. I mean, I'm swimming it essentially, but I'm dragging it. And that's how we've got almost all of our fish on these 6 and 7 inch Huddlestons.
Dozing the grass
Defiant.
with it.
Jesus Christ. Citizens. My brain. But yeah, and it's a giant jig, swim jig, like, call it whatever you want.
Correct.
So
we don't, I've never got bit. I've spent like some pretty decent amount of time swimming this and never got bit. Even though we're getting bit on chatterbaits, never got bit on this while swimming. I've seen our buddy Nate get bit on it while swimming it once. And that's about it. It just kind of came up and slapped it and just swam away. But other than that, he told me that when I first saw these, he showed it to me and he was fishing it like a jig. So I was like, okay, I could get down with that. And then I finally caught one on it, fishing it like a jig. And I don't really see another way to really fish it other than that.
And you were the one that told me that he said that, and I fished them, and he said the same thing. He's like, dude, I learned how to fish these from watching you guys. So I was like, what the hell do you mean? He's like, I fish it like a jig. I listen to everything you talk about with fishing a jig, and I did that. So, and that was like literally the weekend after you started fishing it like that because you had fished with him. So I just replicated both of you, and I'm like, okay, yeah, no, I get this now. I've never gotten bit on a Citizen just straight swimming it. The Huddleston Deluxe 68, I've actually caught a fair number of fish on straight swimming that. And the Chuleta Junior from CHR Swimbaits, which is a 5 3/4 inch swim bait, soft body swim bait. Different form factor to the tail. So it's almost like, how do I put this? This is kind of like a rage tail craw versus, versus the Chuleta is like a ribbon tail worm. You know what I mean? Like, this has just got kick versus that Chuleta. It's like a twirl, a ribbon tail.
Like does this type of thing.
Yeah, it looks very, very fluid. So just straight swimming, it looks really, really natural. Not that this doesn't, but they're two very different styles. That Chuleta I've got bit on plenty of times, just straight swimming the thing, and it works great. But those Citizens working like a jig has been money for us, and I appreciate Andrew pointing me in the right direction on that, and then Nate doubling down with it too. Mm-hmm. Be like, this is how I do it. And I was like, oh, well, that makes sense. And it works great.
Okay, we're going to try that now. And it's caught us both big fish, so.
Yeah. 3D Fishing DJ, during the fall bite, when do you decide to go slow versus fast?
When they're not biting it fast. Go slow. I don't know. I don't really, God, I fish slow anyway, so it doesn't really matter to me. Because I'm always going to fish slower than I feel like the normal human being. Just because I do. But I can also fish fast as well. So I'd have to say, I don't know, maybe I feel like when the water temps start like drastically dropping, that's when you want to start slowing down.
I would say I completely agree with that.
At a certain temperature, though, like I don't know. I'd say probably high to mid 40s is when I really start to slow down.
Yes. Right now, I would say it's time to fish fast.
Right.
Like where that water temp has finally come down to like the mid-low 60s and it's getting close to that 60, like high 50s mark, I'm going to fish fast. And I'm going to fish really fast. So like spinnerbait, I'm not necessarily burning it, but I'm moving it. Swim jig with a swim bait, I'm friggin' moving that thing. Like everything is just moving and I'm ripping through it and I'm covering a ton of water. Even for a jerk bait, I'm working that pretty damn fast. And that's my default to start every morning because I just want to cover water and see if I can't figure out that bite fast, and I'll start slowing down from there. As that water gets closer to like that upper 50s, I'm going to start like at a moderate pace, and I'm only going to go slower and slower from there. Rarely will I start speeding back up once it gets down below 60. That's where my brain goes.
Yes. Man, I thought I was going to get bit this morning. Dang it.
How long were you out there for?
I don't know, 20 minutes.
Oh, what were you throwing?
Chatterbait.
Smart. I like it.
Yeah, through the grass.
You want to take that?
I have.
You get that blue one still, right? I don't remember what color that thing is. Oh, you get that black one. That's the one I was thinking of.
These two.
That's an OG, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
Like, do you know how old that is?
I know.
If Bass and Panda were here, he could tell me because he gave it to me years ago. He's like, you got to fish these things, man. They'll kill it out there. And I got the color. I was like,
They work great.
I don't like this color.
But I mean, that one's actually not that bad. This one, on the other hand, I mean, I have caught a few fish on this. There's a lot of teeth marks on it. But, like, after a while, they just kind of, like, the hook, you can't even see it. This is the smaller bait. But they just, like, open up and the hook just tears through them. So I got to do something to this to make it better. And you can actually throw those on underspins, too, by the way.
I forgot you did that.
That's what this one is. Just the underspin is gone now.
Oh, you flashy swimmer.
The flashy swimmer, sorry.
Yeah.
It's like a 6 or 8/0 flashy swimmer.
I think that one's the 6/0.
I think so too.
Yeah. It works all the same. You know, like I 1 year, like 3 years ago, I got obsessed with fishing these bigger soft body swim baits. So I bought a ton of just flashy swimmers and then regular belly weighted hooks. And I went through all my regular belly weighted hooks and I'm like, God, I really don't want to fish these flashy swimmers anymore. And I was like, I'll just take the friggin' the blade off. And voila, perfect belly weighted hook. It worked great.
Right.
I actually like, as long as you're not really trying to like kind of jig it and get it on its belly, then I like the flashy swimmer molded hook better, or belly weighted hook better than a non-flashy swimmer one because the weight is more compact,
Well, that one's not
like
that bad.
lengthwise. Yeah, but the flashy swimmer one I feel like it just sits better in that pocket. That's just me though.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about now. Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely more round, but it's
like,
shorter,
looks like
so
it's made for it.
Seriously, like it sits in there perfect.
I didn't even notice that.
Maybe it was made for it. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of molded perfectly that it takes both.
Oh, we're just seeing.
God,
God,
I just want to go fishing now.
I know.
And then South Jersey again said, so the slower the better has been the ticket for you. I definitely struggle with that, but have gotten better since I've started working crank downs on bottom, which has worked this year. Oh, worming crank downs on bottom, which has worked better this year. That's always like, for years, I had a really hard time with going slower and slower and slower. And the only reason I got better about that is because of fishing with Andrew. He's a much more patient, methodical angler than I am. And he kicked my teeth in, like, a couple of trips. He just outfished me in every way, shape, and form. And I was like, damn, he really is just going a hell of a lot slower. So it forced me to start slowing down so I could keep up. But it works. And more often than not, going slower is the answer and produces better results. Not just for number of fish, but definitely for the size of fish, too. Almost every single big fish that we've caught, like 5.5 and bigger, has been working something deathly slow. With rare exception.
Yeah.
Slower is good.
Besides, like spring chatterbait bite.
Yeah, oh my God. That's the
about-
best thing in the world. Rip.
Oh God! Get to that, please. Get to that. Dude, I thought that was like a 7. Damn it.
Oh, yeah. That 27-pound day. That was magical. Ah, I twisted my head the wrong way.
That was dumb.
It's a shoulder. I'm trying to think if there's something else that we didn't cover for the fall stuff. Now's a good time to ask any questions while my brain sits here and thinks. And also, for anybody that's listening in on Spotify at this point, because this is going to go up there on, this coming Saturday, what is today? 27, 28, 29, 30. September 30th? I think is this Saturday? Yes. My apologies for missing last week. I was on vacation, but I'm back, and this is up on Spotify now. So I'm keeping it rolling, man. I'm going to keep that thing going for anybody that is interested in watching and following listening and following along on Spotify. I'm keeping up with it moving forward. I have been. So everything's good on that front. Just try. Oh, there it is.
Yep. I saw that.
Northeast Bass Fishing. Mark, blade baits. Yes. Yes.
Yes, for shizzle.
I know guys that, I've seen guys talk a lot about fishing blade baits even in the middle of summer. Like, just straight up retrieving them. I'm like, I mean, it makes sense. But I just can't get myself to do it because we have too much damn grass around here. And I would never get that through. Like, the lipless blade bait.
Depends on the body you're watering and what species you're going for, really.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going for smallies right now, those blade baits, now until really winter.
Yeah.
It's going to be fire.
Ow. A lipless crankbait is what I meant to say. And a blade bait, really are basically the same thing. When you think about it, for the way you'd be working it through the water. And it's just two giant trebles, decent sized trebles. And you're just trying to work it through the top of stuff. But for some reason, a lipless crankbait I can get through, even though it's the same weight or even heavier in some cases, I can get through over the top of grass a lot better than a blade bait. A blade bait just, the moment it sees any vegetation, it's like, God!
No, the hooks are just like...
I can't do it.
Yeah.
Alex, speaking of that 27-pound dag, I hit that lake this fall. We should go there.
There's a tournament there this weekend.
We're not going there. We should go there soon, though, for a number of reasons that I don't want to disclose because I don't want people to know what I'm talking about. Yeah. I'll disclose another time. Wait, what did I miss? 3D fishing. My fall bite has been better fast and mean. All right.
Fall bite, yeah, usually.
Mike Hawk. Binsky blades are dope. Wholeheartedly agreed. Those are my go-to blade baits. Now, there's a number of other ones that I use that I love, and they're great, but there's something about the Binsky that I just have a lot more confidence in and just seems to work exceptionally well. Love it.
Oh, boy, Alex is going to go out with DJ.
Oh, my God,
Hold
that'd
on.
be amazing.
That's the dude that brought me 73 miles an hour across Champlain in the middle of the night.
Yeah. JP, I seem to snag blade baits a lot, too, and make some frustrating fish. I have probably left at least 100 blade baits at the bottom of lakes over the last 5 years alone. I go through so many blade baits, it's not even funny. Where did I put that? Oh, it's up there. I literally have a Plano 3700 dedicated just to blade baits. Not because I like them that much, but I just carry that many extras. Because when you have a really bad day of getting snagged, if that's... if the bite's just in and around rocks, which is more often than not for the time of the year we throw those, you're going to lose a lot of blade baits. And even using those, lure knockers, those plug knockers, whatever you want to call them, can only help so much. So I carry a ton of extras. And I bought some tailspins 3 winters ago now. Yeah, 3 years ago. And those have been pretty good. I had never even fished them before, but I found 3 that I really liked that I wanted to get. So I bought 3 each of each color and weight. So one in particular, it was kind of like this hybrid perchy bluegill kind of thing. And I loved it. It looked great. And I was like, you know what? I really want to get that. And they had a 1/2 ounce and a 3/4 ounce. So I bought 3 of each and I never even fished the damn thing. But I knew that if I liked it or even just trying it, I was likely to lose a lot. And at this point, I think I have 1 each of those left.
Oh, wait, which one?
One of my tailspins.
Oh, yeah.
But just proving that point that even though I don't fish them a lot and they're not my go-to, but I enjoy it, they're still not my favorite. I have a ton of them because, my God, you just get snagged on those over and over and over again. Just the nature of the way we fish it.
This is gold, silver, buddy. I usually do gold during the overcast days and silver sunny days.
Bingo.
That's just what I do. But to each their own. It may not make a difference, but I think it does.
Northeast. Yeah, more often than not, gold on cloudy days, silver on sunny days. Regardless, if we're in blade bait season, we go out, I have both tied on. I've got a couple of different rods that I can throw them on that I really enjoy throwing those on. So I just end up tying on I basically tie on This has actually been a couple of days. I've had 4 different ones tied on, where I've had 2 different weights of silver, one of a gold, and then one on a tailspin. Just like all completely, well, it's kind of completely different things, but really just covering all our bases for all those things. But, you know, that time of the year, like, that's all we're throwing. We're throwing a finesse jig, Demiki, and blade baits. So it's like, I have a lot more rods than I need to bring out. So let's just tie in a bunch of different things and see which one sticks. Jeremy Martin, red. You actually did really well one day with one that was mostly red. I think that might actually be in that box. Grab the box. I'm almost positive it's in that box. That one on top of that blue kind of crate thing. Nope. Left, down, that. I'm almost positive it's in that. Oh, Northeast, gold on Champlain, just saying. So, yes. We were out there January 2nd this year, and I had actually a pretty good day. He ended up out fishing me with a Mega Bass one. That was a very kind of cool color scheme, which might also be in there. Where?
I saw gold.
That guy. Wasn't it that one? I think it was that one. Like a lot of bloody red on it. I just remember it was really unique, and it was the only one we had, and you were slaying with it. And then I had the Mega Bass one in there. But anyway, the gold was working great, and then all of a sudden this other one took off, and I couldn't get bit on the gold, but Andrew just kept hammering them.
I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but
oh,
it's got a red belly on it.
It was this guy, wasn't it? That day we were on Champlain. That's the one you caught that catfish on. Because I was throwing the gold.
Oh!
So it's a Mega Bass.
I thought this...
It's got a little feather on the tail.
Was I fishing this one too, though?
But it's kind of like a perchy, bluegilly kind of hybrid thing. I'm not even sure what the hell you call it. Yeah, that was a different day on that one. But the Champlain day, actually, I think it was that one.
Yeah.
But give me Binsky all day.
Yeah, it's bent.
Yeah,
No,
after
it's
fighting
not
that
bent,
friggin' catfish.
That catfish
which was amazing.
huge.
Northeast, the black Binsky is killer at times. I was not aware they had a black, and I need to order that ASAP before they're all sold out for the winter. And that will be our go-to. Black Binsky, yeah.
That could do it.
Please and thank you.
That would be sick.
Yeah, man, I don't know. Like, I think that will do it for our return back because we did cover a lot. There's a lot of different things that I just wanted to bring up for like a lot of go-tos and then some not so like dead obvious go-tos, a lot of kind of hopes and dreams for baits that we want to hit with. And hopefully we'll have a good season of it, regardless of whether I have my own boat or not. We'll make it work. I did see someone mention that about the boat. Like, while it would be nice to have all the electronics, there is something to be said about going in an old 2-stroke and just winging it with basic 2D sonar.
I mean, we could do it.
We could. If we're going to do it, we got to go up there this weekend. We haven't been up there since June. I have no idea what's going on up there.
Are we allowed to?
Yes. We got to go to one of the two. Decisions.
Day 1 or day 2? Day 1 or day 2?
I'm thinking day 2.
I mean, yes, but
No, sorry, day one. Forgot they flipped it. I'm thinking day 1. Just because I don't know, there's still like so many things that we haven't really tried and explored out there. And it's a smaller body of water, so should we run into any issues,
so
it's easier to get back to the ramp.
We're gonna be exploring this lake with 2D sonar.
But here's the thing.
That sounds fun.
We already know everything about both of those lakes. Because of the time we put in, especially the other one that we only been to 5 times, because one of those 5 times I've been there, I spent 6 hours behind the wheel just side imaging. I remember where almost everything is. Now, the exact location of those things, not so much. General areas, I got us. This is the best I can do. But for day 2, like, that's all we need.
We just went up there and we just wing it with 2D imaging, not even pre-fish it, I like our chances. I wouldn't say of winning, but I like our chances of getting in the money.
Yep. Oh, there is one bait we didn't mention.
What is that?
Because I was just thinking that I'm going to throw it while we're up there. A-rig. Alabama
Oh
rig.
yeah, an A-rig. Yeah, for sure.
Now, you've got to be careful with where you throw it and how you throw it because different states have different rules. New Hampshire, you're allowed a 3-armed rig with 1 reel hook, and that's it. Massachusetts and Vermont, you're allowed 5 arms with 2 reel hooks, and the other 3 can have baits on them, but no hooks. So basically, get a hook, rig it, and cut just behind the hook point. Don't cut the whole friggin' bend of the hook.
No, you want
Cut just the point off.
So you want
Even higher. I've learned my lesson the
yeah.
hard way. Like literally right behind the hook point.
You want to super glue, then put the bait on, and then cut it like halfway up the bend.
Even higher. Up
Really?
to the
You
next
think
bend.
so?
Because
that
I've learned this
legal?
lesson the hard way. If you cut it too far back, I don't know why, but it makes it 10 times harder to put a bait on there and get it on right and straight.
What if you just took a pair of pliers and folded it over?
Oh. Well, then putting on new baits on it would be a nightmare. But you could do that.
You just kind of. It would suck, but.
Anyway, Alabama rig, something I want to bring up. And this is really nothing else to do or say about it.
DJ,
Just,
you're not
it's great.
wrong.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and pin that and leave that there for a little bit so everybody can see that. You know what, man? I'm thinking I do like the idea of just doing it. Just F it.
Winging the Ranger.
Fill that old bitch back up with some fresh gas. Go out there and wing it.
Top her off with some freaking 2-stroke oil. Freaking let her sing. Let her eat, baby.
If we do well, then that's awesome. We did well. And if we do crap, it's because we had the old boat. No electronics. It's
We're
a
blaming
ready-made
on the-
excuse.
Blame it on the electronics. DJ, push us.
Oh, I tell you what, that does sound like fun regardless. You know what? And it's one of those, like, it's a weekend away of fishing.
It's experimental fishing on the biggest tournament of the year for us. Well, for me. The
Yeah.
only tournament so far for me this year.
No. Plunder Bay.
Ah, you were correct. Sorry.
Second tournament of the year.
Second tournament of the year.
That one was fun.
And they're both big-ish.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. Let's do it. Screw it. We're going to wing it. So the only thing that kind of sucks is I'm pretty sure all my cull tags, my balance beam, and my life preservers are all on my boat in Connecticut.
Let's go to Walmart.
So I have, you would need a life preserver. I have my auto inflatable. That I have here.
Okay.
I have a weigh bag.
Oliver, how
I just
much are
don't,
the ones
I don't
you
have the Big
have?
Bass Dreams one because that's in my boat. I don't have my throwable life preserver. That's easy to fix. I don't have my jumper cables. That's in the boat too. So there's just a few little like odds and ends we have to maybe consider. I got the new part in to fix the net, so there's that. So that
sick.
no net BS this year.
Oh, Jesus, dude.
No more dropping tanks 3 feet from the boat with you holding on for dear life.
Yeah, that was
Almost got it.
I'm sorry.
You don't have to be sorry. It was my dumb ass. Because the moment after it happened, I didn't know, and I was like, all right, it is what it is. And I looked at the net, I was like, I'm an idiot. I know how to fix this, and I fixed it. And if I had just stopped and thought about it beforehand, we wouldn't have been in that situation. It's water under the bridge.
Probably would have got second.
Huh?
Probably would have got second.
Yeah, probably.
Not first.
No.
No, they were ahead of everybody by like
I think they won by
15
10 pounds.
Yeah, 10, 15 pounds, something like that. It was ridiculous.
Anyway, point stands that we'll be good. There's just a few things that we have to make sure that are in there, and then go through and load the boat up with a bunch of tackle because I don't have everything I would normally take.
Right.
Let's weigh that big old tub down with everything we got. Give her the good old send.
All right, top her out at 40. Let's do it.
Smoke everybody out with that 2-stroke first thing in the morning. Woo!
No windshields. Just do it, dude.
We're doing it. If nothing else, it'll be funny.
That's awesome. No, DJ, I know. Spencer bought his boat. It's at the shop right now, actually.
Oh, for real? Has he even shared that yet? That he got it?
I don't know.
He said he was waiting to divulge.
Well, nobody knows what it is. So that's how you straighten up.
Yep. Mike, you have a good night. Good luck fishing tomorrow. All right, screw it. We're doing it.
All right,
It's going to be great. Or it's going to be awful.
I'm down.
Regardless, we're going to
I
have
don't care.
fun.
We're going fishing on 2 Great Lakes.
Yep. So let's go up there this weekend. We'll top off that boat. We'll open her up.
We're going up there? I
See
thought
what
we were
happens.
winging it.
Okay, then we got to go We got to go somewhere to really open the boat up. So I guess what you're talking about for this Sunday still works.
Yeah. It don't matter. If we don't catch any smallies because there's no fish in there, then we'll go for Lakers.
Yeah.
And we'll just have a fun time no matter what.
Can I vertical jig my glide?
If you can get it down 100 feet down, sure, go for it.
You know what? If I took this and I just attached like a clip, like a gator clip weight to the tail of that.
And then just shake the shit out of it.
No, just start swimming it up.
Dude, that might actually work. Not even kidding.
I kind of want to try it.
Okay.
You know how stupid that would be if that actually worked?
Catch a 40-pound Laker on that thing.
Just reeling it up. How cool it's doing it. Oh, my God.
Yeah, no, that thing, that slack would be like, your line would just be like slack and then straight again and pull you into the water. Oh,
How'd you catch fish this weekend? You know what? I'd rather not talk about it.
Yeah,
It was cool, but it
that'd
was
actually
dumb.
be really freaking cool if you could do that.
I feel like it could be done. That thing sinks like a tank, too. Now it's going to just
It
weight it
does,
correctly so
actually.
it falls ass first. Vertical jigging a 9.5-inch glide. Remember how I asked you earlier about trying something that just sounds dumb, but you really want to do it?
That's for
That was
lake
right
trout,
there.
though. It's a little different. But
gonna be great.
anyway.
All right. Jason, hi.
Hi, Jason.
Sorry you got here so late. We are taking off. So for everybody that showed up tonight to watch, thank you very much. Before you go, if you haven't done so yet, drop a like on the stream, please. We greatly appreciate it. DJ can't come up Saturday because my son has soccer in the morning. So no can do.
And I'm working.
So yeah, thank you all for being here. We appreciate you. Andrew, do your thing.
We'll see you guys next Wednesday, like every week, at youtube.com/ReelNorthernBass. Oh, 8 p.m. Eastern.
Yes.
Don't forget that part. We will see you guys next week.
Have a great night.
Adios, amigos.